PBS Hawaii's 60 Years of Storytelling is sponsored by the Olson Trust and the Stupski Foundation.
Aloha mai kākou. I'm Ron Mizutani, President and CEO of PBS Hawaii. Tonight we honor 60 years of trusted storytelling, made possible by generations of viewers who believe in public media. This special program looks back at where we began and the people who helped shape our journey. As you watch, we invite you to support the work that keeps PBS Hawaii local, independent, and here for our community. Mahalo nui for being a part of our story.
Aloha, I'm Keola Beamer, and we're celebrating a remarkable milestone, 60 years of storytelling on PBS Hawaii. Since the first broadcast in 1966, PBS Hawaii has been more than a television station. It's a classroom, a gathering place, and a trusted voice in our community. In the 1960s, an advisory committee was convened to plan a statewide educational television network, an initiative championed by Governor John A. Burns. The committee urged the state to adopt educational television, describing it as one of the most important advances in education since the invention of the printing press. In 1965, the Hawaii State Legislature acted on this recommendation, and the next year, the network launched its first broadcast on KHET Channel 11 on April 15, 1966.
Oh my goodness. This is a great picture. Here we have Nino J. Martin on my right, and on my left, Stubby Stubblefield, who covered the legislature and knew everybody in the Capitol.
Oh my God, that is crazy. Ah! Can I get copies of these? So many great memories. I feel so lucky because I got to work with so many cool people and meet so many nice people.
And I haven't changed a bit.
Oh my goodness. Look at that hairstyle. Wow. Where did you find these?
I'm Michael Mark May, and I started educational television in 1969 in the early spring because I was a student studying at UH. In those days, we got hired as 20 hours a week, $1.25 an hour.
Well, I started as a student technician in 1976. I can't believe it. It's been so long. I knew that I wanted to pursue a career in either broadcasting or in the film industry. There was really no opportunity for that except for PBS Hawaii, which hired student employees that actually got paid to learn the business. And I thought, that's probably the place I want to go. And I was correct, because I've been here working on programs for the last 50 years.
So 1980, I was a part-time student technician. When I walked into the studio, they were doing International Kitchen. Nino was inside there, and it was like a light bulb went off on top of my head. There was a camera up on a platform, guys were going up on these ladders, and the control room, and I was like, this is so cool. I've got to work in television. And it stayed with me ever since. 40 plus years later, I still love working in television.
In 1974, some colleagues who very much appreciated the work of Hawaiʻi Educational Television said, you know, they're looking for a general manager. At that time, I was doing some research on Hawaiian land ownership and land use at UH Environmental Center. I said the difficulty is I really don't quite know the difference between a translator and a transmitter, but the community service and the educational value, the content that's developed to reflect culture, education, and citizenship is something I'd be very interested in. And so it was really quite surprising because I was the first woman to head a public television enterprise at a statewide level, and I was the youngest.
We broadcast in black and white, and we did a lot of educational things. We had blackboards. Actually, there were green boards and chalk, and we were trying to teach geometry and that kind of stuff.
Well, when I first started, I worked on Pauhana Years, which was really a groundbreaking program because it focused on the interests of senior citizens in Hawaii. And the interviews that they had with people who were really renowned cultural leaders of their time. And it's a really amazing repository of folks that I think many of us remember, but in this newer generation, it's so exciting to see the giants of our cultural history on camera.
My time here from 1974 to 1980 was still very early, and we wanted to have a good deal of local programming. We wanted to have programming on the Asia-Pacific area, which was really not covered.
I got to go to New Zealand because the Hokulea had their first voyage to the South Pacific. That really gave me a sense of what the world was like and what Native peoples went through to revive their culture in the South Pacific, as well as in Hawaii. PBS was one of the first camera crews to go in there and videotape the Merry Monarch and some of the performances, because it wasn't broadcast at that time live. It was 16 millimeter film at that time.
I worked on Insights when it was Dialog, and that was eye-opening and educational for so many of us to be exposed to all these issues. And then KΑKOU. I tell a lot of people, too, that I work on these shows because it starts conversation. A lot of people don't know what it is, right? But I go, no, it's people talking, but it's people talking about really important issues, you know, for you, us, right? So the more you can get that out there, the better.
We went to China in 1977 with a group of 16 people from Hawaii, led by the Honorable Chin Ho. And we were in China for 2 weeks.
Today is Saturday, September 10th, 1977, and I'm Mary Bitterman here at Tiananmen Square in Peking.
One of the first visits by foreign visitors to China that was arranged by Koji Ariyoshi. And we had the leaders of business and the judiciary, and China visit was our opportunity to share what we had learned with all of the people of Hawaii. Of course, there was Damien, Aldith Morris, a playwright who lived in Kaimuki. She was a young woman when Damien's body was brought through Honolulu Harbor on its way back to Belgium. And she was so moved by the numbers of people at Honolulu Harbor paying respect. And so she wrote this extraordinary play, which was performed in the UH Lab Theater by the great professor of drama, Terence Knapp. You had a story that needed to be told and shared with the world.
When a leper on his deathbed cries out for absolution, you go to him, and all distinctions vanish as you inhale his fetid breath and you hear his dying words.
Also very, very proud of a program called Aloha Bruyere. Bruyere was a French city liberated by the 442nd. Forgive me. It was just such an emotional program.
We did a special with Keola Beamer called Malama Ko Aloha. Probably one of my favorite shows that I've ever worked on. And it was a challenging show in that it was so esoteric and so sensitive that you can't just have these artists come in here and just have people running up on ladders and running around with lighting and everything like that, because they wouldn't be able to get into character to do what they needed to do. But because it's PBS Hawaii, because they care, because they take the time, Keola Beamer, Carlos Nakai, they were able to get into that space. When I first came to KHET, there was a lot of people working in the station. It was huge. And when I came back in 2004 as Vice President of Production, it had really gone down to a smaller size, you know. So lean, mean fighting machine, you know. We found ways to create new shows and embellish shows that existed already. For sure, the Nā Mele series, we found ways to get funding for that and do more of those, which to me was heaven. You can't get enough Nā Meles in.
You know, when people ask, what during your time at Hawaii Public Television, now PBS Hawaii, are you most proud of? You know, first of all, I was always proud of the people because we had extraordinary human beings, talented, committed, and always went above and beyond the call of duty to do things right and things in the community's interest.
That's another thing about PBS Hawaii. I gotta say this, I gotta put this out there, is that there are so many technicians and journalists and people in this town who started here at PBS Hawaii. I mean, this has been a learning ground, and that's a really important kuleana that PBS Hawaii has brought forth.
I'm really proud that I've been affiliated with public television for this long and been able to come back, and then coming back received graciously by those that are staff and all that. It really feels good to have that as an anchor in my career.
When I first started directing, which is many years ago, I was one of the few women. I don't know how many women were actually doing live directing at that time. So I hope to be an example, a role model of sorts to women in our community that are interested in broadcasting. It's been a wonderful career, and PBS Hawaii's always been dear to my heart.
A mission like PBS Hawaii's is very unique, and it's not like what the commercial TV stations do. In some ways, it's a different audience, but it's an audience that's really, really, really substantial, and it's an audience that, when you look at it and you think about the people who watch PBS Hawaii, they're the people who can make a difference and can make the world a better place.
PBS Hawaii is important because it provides an opportunity for those that do not get a chance to have their viewpoints expressed in a high-quality broadcast situation on prime time, viewpoints that are needed to address the different voices in our community, be it in the political scene, be it in the cultural framework. And it's an important resource because it's free. It provides programming to all audiences, be it children's programming, adult programming, folks that just want to have cultural enrichment, and it is entertaining.
For decades, PBS Hawaii has celebrated the music that connects us and tells the story of who we are. In this program, you'll hear brief musical excerpts from some of our most beloved artists.
Ahuki mai, ahuki akula, huki huki mai, along the beach at Waikiki. A fair wahine is waiting for me, with the dark eyes and lovable charm, and very sweet Hawaiian hospitality. Beneath the moon we stroll along, and life is just like a beautiful song. When she whispers, come into my arms, it's just the old Hawaiian hospitality. And though my heart may sob to aloha when I sail away, how my heart will throb to the thought of coming back someday.
PBS Hawaii is pleased to offer you a special mahalo gift for supporting Hawaii's public television station. For a generous contribution of $75 or more, you'll receive a limited edition t-shirt celebrating our 60th anniversary. The design features a throwback Hawaii Public Television logo that debuted in 1975. This limited edition shirt is available in sizes small through double extra large. Please call the number on your screen or go online to pbshawaii.org to get your 60th anniversary t-shirt. Mahalo for your continued support.
PBS Hawaii has always had a deep commitment to telling the stories of Hawaii with authenticity and respect. In my many years of working with the station, I've seen firsthand the care they bring to preserving and sharing the culture of our island home.
Just the interpretation of the word halo. We have ha and lo, and so properly translated, it means continuity of knowledge, continuity of tradition. And so the halal as a whole and all the kumuhula have a very important task, whether they realize it or not, and that is for the continuation of knowledge and tradition.
Hali hali na lehua oluna.
From our kupuna came the knowledge that is so great to us today. This evening, we honor all of you who are kupuna, who have helped us to learn many of the chants and dances that we know today.
The fish pond is a part of my family's tradition. Every rock has a significance to the fish pond by tradition. Because the fish pond is a living culture. It provides food. It's also a temple of worship.
I guess the only way me and my dad look at it for us guys move forward is we gotta do what our ancestors did long time ago. We gotta go backwards.
If and when you do fish pond work, kia'i local stuff, you walking the talk.
Part of the practice that is significant is doing these things that are basically in the same style that our kupuna 200, 400, 2,000 years ago did, you know, and the ingredients that we use, the resources that we use to do it is the same. For me, I feel that, you know, when we do imu in this traditional way, it is connecting to our kupuna, our ancestors.
PBS Hawaii has always been a voice for different cultures in our community. It's preserved for our community, and I think future generations will be grateful that we have that. Current generations will learn something, and I think it's something that is a treasure for our community.
The process of making mochi consists of steaming and pounding sweetened rice to create a Japanese dessert that brings good luck to the new year.
When our parents were children in Japan, their parents pound mochi. And you know, things like this, you cannot get it out of your system because it's so wonderful. So when they came to Hawaii, and there's lots of people from Japan, you know, they used to work in a sugarcane plantation, and I guess they must have pounded mochi there too.
Be proud that you're Filipino. Be proud of the culture because you have a very beautiful culture.
It's a treasure. It's a heritage. It's something that you hold dear in your heart because there's so many hands in it.
Fire knife dancing is an art that comes from Samoa. It's called ailau, spinning of a stick. It was a war dance that the warriors would do when they would come back. They would celebrate, and they would emulate what they did in battle. Fire knife dancing represents courage, humility, and just bravery to even want to dance with fire.
The Halaham emerged as a pioneer of spreading Korean culture in Hawaii community. I haven't seen anyone who is so unselfish, so dedicated to the arts, and especially Korean culture.
It's easy for one to forget your background, the history of your ancestors. In my case, which is Korean, also I've been living here for 12 years. It's one way of keeping in touch and learning the society, the culture, and the discipline of Korean culture.
And you know, there are two things in Hawaii. You have the Hawaiian culture, and then you have the culture of Hawaii. And one cannot exist without the other. We were very much a part of the Hawaiian culture, but we also had to experience the culture of Hawaii with the Filipino camps, the Korean camp, the Portuguese, the Germans, the idea of aloha. You know, being kind to people all the time, recognizing the importance of working together as a group.
These areas has been passed down to me. So I'm lineage, one genealogy, all my generations of family planted taro, I planting taro. I hope to pass down the taro. In those days, that was natural to share aloha. You know, that aloha spirit carried in our family's daily life.
I want to continue to bring that mo'olelo, to bring these stories of not just the traditions of Hawaii that we think of as isolated in the past, but bring forth these traditions so that we can know how exactly what we need to do to create a better future.
O mai kaleulehu hahe o e Hawaii ano ai no ke aloha
aloha ano ai ko alahele. May your ways be blessed. Be safe. Take care.
Aloha kākou. For 60 years, your support has kept Hawaii's stories alive. We hope you're enjoying this look back. Please call the number on your screen and help us continue this important work.
Our guest is the Dean of Hawaii Sportscasters, Chuck Leahy. Chuck, how long have you been broadcasting sports?
Oh, I'd say a little over 25 years, actually. Yeah, I want to thank you very much for Dean. That's about as high as I can get. You know. I've worked with Jim continuously.
Jim,
and
your son,
now,
yeah,
Jim is just flying by himself now.
Well, my worst lie is this is not a comb over. This is my real hair. Remember that? Yeah.
There was a time. There was a time in your life where you had the pop's comb over.
You know, it occurs to me that this land of sunshine and flowers, that maybe we ought to talk about getting regular turf into that stadium instead of artificial turf.
Well, too late for that, Stumpy. The commitment is made, so.
Aloha, and welcome to XL, the UH Sports Show. I'm Don Robbs, and what a remarkable year it has been for University of Hawaii Athletics.
Guys, you're not going to remember all the plays, but you will remember your relationships. You will remember the locker room. You remember those times of being together and guys, and that's what you'll miss the most.
And you never know what's going to happen next. And we've always said this, that's the beauty of sports, is you live to play another day.
From podcasts to short-form docs and digital exclusive series, PBS Hawaii continues to open new pathways to share our stories, to inform, engage, and connect with our community.
Crispy, juicy, and tender. It has to be that way. When he cuts the chicken and it goes on the plate, we need to see the juices come out.
I mean, it's always a special place in so many people's hearts, and I love that I'm a part of it.
With Simon, like I said, it's a little cleaner, a little crisper, and you do have to add some other things to it in order to get that same richness.
You want that sugar to slowly caramelize. That's the key part. Right? So you gotta go low and slow. The good food takes time, and that's, you know, it's always gonna be that way.
Brought it back to his house and played it.
Mind blowing. No, like what the hell is this? You know what I mean?
What are the 10 songs I want to hear on the radio the most? What are the 3 songs I want radio to stop playing the most?
That's right.
And and is there a song I think would become a hit if radio played it?
And it's okay, like Spooks told me in the beginning, like, it's okay, right? We're Hawaiian.
Yeah.
We rap.
Yeah.
Be that.
I will always praise the foundation that was built in Hawaii hip-hop in order for me to be where I'm at.
Right.
Aloha, I'm Joshua Kahula, and I'm going to be playing the Song Challenge with PBS Hawaii. Thanks. That's a stumper for some reason. I mean, does it have to be an island song, or can it be heart? Man, this is a hard one. Paradise is the paradise, let the children play.
And our whole goal here at the nursery is to be able to grow corals here at the nursery faster than they would grow in the wild, and then outplant those corals onto reefs that have been degraded or damaged in some way.
Important philosophy in the Hawaiian culture is aloha aina and aloha kai,
and that is to take care of and love the land and love the ocean.
As far as American Samoa is concerned, there's none, they're not making it. We're the only ones.
Half a bag of seeds, like crack seed, for about 10 cents, 15 cents. It's always was cheap at that time.
I think that young men and women are not told often enough that romance is not only wonderful, it is imperative.
PBS Hawaii is pleased to offer you a special mahalo gift for supporting Hawaii's public television station. For a generous contribution of $75 or more, you'll receive a limited edition t-shirt celebrating our 60th anniversary. The design features a throwback Hawaii Public Television logo that debuted in 1975.
Melvin Kim Fernandez was an artist extraordinaire, and everything that he developed was more than just an image. It had meaning. We had two transmitters, one KHET and one KMEB. So Melvin came up with two ali'i. And if you look at their feather helmets, they're the red that you often see with the ochre, that lovely gold yellow. And then the way Mel combined them, you had a petroglyphic person in the middle, and all of it within the shape of a television screen. And that logo was so powerful.
The design honors both innovation and Hawaii's cultural roots. This limited edition shirt is available in sizes small through double extra large. Please call the number on your screen or go online to pbshawaii.org to get your 60th anniversary t-shirt. Mahalo for your continued support.
Public affairs programs on PBS Hawaii play a vital role in strengthening civic engagement. The station tackles important issues that affect us all through open and balanced discussions.
The Public Affairs Department of the Hawaiʻi Educational Television Network presents Hawaii Report. Your reporter, Bob Miller.
Tomorrow morning, the Hawaii Constitutional Convention of 1968 will meet to make its final decision on amendments to the state constitution.
And that I will faithfully discharge my duties. As a delegate. To the 1978 Constitutional Convention. And if we expect the general public to accept the results of our deliberations, some of you are going to have to clean up your act.
Good morning, I'm Charles Stubblefield speaking to you from the crowded chamber of the State House of Representatives. Once again, the state legislature is beginning a session with flowers, music, and the pageantry, which you can see only in Hawaii.
Bringing important subject matter to the audience in an informed, educated, balanced way is something that Hawaii Public Television, PBS Hawaii, actually have always done.
I don't think the state can afford to build a third tunnel through the Kola Mountain.
Capitol Spotlight, an update on your state legislature with reporter Lynn Waters.
The sign on the hearing room wall may say 58 people, but there were a lot more crowded into a Senate Transportation Committee meeting. Senators Ben Cayetano, Charles Toguchi, and Mary George have introduced a resolution expressing support for the H3 and urging Hawaii's congressional delegation to continue pushing for its approval in Washington. There were plenty of spokespersons both for and against the resolution and the highway.
Our special opportunity is to become the high technology catalyst for the new Pacific.
We are on the move, a people hitting our stride in the home stretch.
We have been given an awesome responsibility and a great privilege by the people of this great state, and we owe them our supreme efforts.
A new beginning that restored hope and opportunity to all the people of Hawaii.
In the production of our issues and community affairs shows, what's driving it is not sensationalism. We're just trying to get people of different perspectives together to talk through what's going on, and maybe that leads to a better understanding.
So the question is, how do we keep habitual offenders off our roads?
But I have to say, when the hit and run on Kapiolani happened, I think it made a number of us agency heads look and see what can we do differently.
Do you feel that your voice is being heard throughout this process?
No. I mean, like he said, we're never gonna see our children walk through that door. You guys won't feel what we feel. You guys can say all that you guys want to say about reforming these people. Unless you guys are in our shoes and not see your children again, you guys won't know what we feel.
How do we keep Hawaii, Hawaii?
I'm inspired to just repeat what was given to us by our kupuna. The simple law of Hawaii was to understand value, the value of family, the value of water, and the value of land. In the choices that we make, especially looking at the future, we take the best of the past, malama it now, so that it's there for all the tomorrows.
I too believe if anyone gonna keep Hawaii, Hawaii, is the Kanaka Maole, people of the Hawaiian ancestry, will solve this problem together as a kākō thing.
Welcome to Hawaii Edition, our weekly program on government, public policy, and politics. I'm Lynette Lotam.
Welcome to Election Live here on Hawaii Public Television.
Aloha. Welcome to our election edition of Newsmakers.
Tonight we're speaking to candidates seeking a seat in the state legislature.
I have a great respect for the Constitution.
What I have seen is that voter registration, that terrible uncertainty about being laid off.
Bring in a whole new team of people. The economy at the present time.
As a matter of fact,
I've seen government grow by leaps and bounds.
Respond very briefly to what Senator
My way up in the party, precinct chairman.
What makes you think you're qualified to be mayor?
Well, I think anybody can be mayor because all you need is a little common sense to me. It's all.
Contributed greatly to the restoration.
We just dedicated a new highway.
Took over and annexed Kuwait.
The people of the district have.
This is unfeasible to proceed with the mayor's campaign.
And it's important to know
It wasn't enacted by the county.
I focus my energies on education.
How we can diversify our economy.
With the challenges facing many of us, I was born and raised in low-income housing program side.
When I got into directing, we worked on a program called Dialog, which is the precursor to Insights on PBS Hawaii.
Good evening. Welcome once again to Dialogue, a time in which we examine the problems and concerns which affect all of us at one time or another.
So it was a public affairs program focusing on local issues.
For those of us who do not live on the Big Island may not be aware of the intensity of the controversy that has been generated regarding geothermal development.
So you can't say categorically that because there's going to be geothermal development in that zone, that the real estate will drop and stay down.
Mr. Phillips, you say it's not true?
No, that's plain not true. Leilani Estates, which is the largest subdivision in that area, dropped over 50% in the last 3 years.
My feeling is that if you're willing to give the governor a total of 5 years,
well,
and
the
then
answer
another
is simple,
3 years, could we get a longer statute
By the
of
way, for our
limitation?
viewers, we're watching some active lobbying going on. Ms. Trask is trying to get this draft proposal changed before the midnight deadline for decking tonight.
This is a
Your
draft.
answer, Senator.
Well, the
Heath.
answer is real simple. The House refuses to move off the 2-year statute of limitations.
Give the governor 3 years, you give the governor 5 years. You know, let's not force lawsuits into the courts.
It was a live show, one of the only live shows where people could call in and send in their questions to the panel.
And right along these lines, this caller wants to know, what can ordinary, unofficial people do to help prevent or expose child abuse besides just report it when they see it?
I am being thoroughly provided with questions by all of our viewers, I might add. If you can see my desk, it's loaded with papers. That's because our viewers are very in tune with what's happening in their areas. All right, so this is a question for Mayor Kim.
So we are trusted because we're not necessarily a news operation that is trying to get gotcha sound bites or, put people on the spot. We'll do that when it's necessary and when there's an issue that is really pressing that needs to be explored.
We are talking about the controversies surrounding the Kamehameha Schools Bishop Estate with Tony Lee, Roy Benham, Beatty Dawson, and Mahealani Kamau. I need to take this opportunity to clear up some misinformation that has been reported regarding the setting up and selection of participants for tonight's program. It is always the objective of this program to provide opportunities for all sides of an issue to be presented. Dialog has made repeated attempts, I assure you, over the past 6 months, to have the trustees also appear on this show to provide information on their position. All requests and invitations, to this point at least, to participate were declined.
It's amazing because some of the local issues are still with us today.
The lack of affordable housing may be the biggest problem facing most people in Hawaii.
I want to know about this problem of 6,000 homesteaders in 74 years. Why so few?
The move to promote legalized gambling is holding on for dear life at the state legislature.
Is the homeless problem being addressed or is it getting worse?
And what's important about Insights is that it provides an hour-long perspective that is not provided anywhere else in Hawaii. That same type of format has been on the air for at least 45 years.
Tonight we're asking our panel if enough is being invested towards our kaputa and how can we help them.
I think the main thing for folks to realize is this is not something you have to do alone. There really are a lot more services. So one, Daryl, thank you for doing this show. I mean, this is a way that people find out and learn. Is there's just a lot more visibility around the issues.
Mahalo to PBS for allowing us to honor our tutu Genoa Ke'ave, and so we'd like to do this last song for you. If you feel like singing along, sing along. Auntie Momi Mi Kahawaiola.
The song is ended, but the melody lingers on. You and the song are gone, but the melody lingers on.
The night is splendid and the melody seems to say, summer will pass away, take your happiness while you may.
there 'neath the light of the moon.
We sang a love song that ended too soon. The moon descended, and I found with the break of dawn, you and the song are gone, but the melody lingers on.
Mahalo nui for watching tonight. These 60 years of storytelling are possible because of you. If you believe in this mission, please call the number on your screen and help us keep serving Hawaii.
Hello. This week, some high-octane commentary on the gas cap. But first, lots of business stories flying at you real fast.
At a certain point in starting a new business, you have to say, go for it.
That's one thing in business that you need to be able to do, is make decisions.
In honor of Harry's ascendancy, here's something that is definitely not the cover of a Harry Potter novel.
Well, the only way I can survive is by firing all my employees. Now, that's just a joke.
Somebody once said, we are what we buy, and in America, we buy a lot.
You know, you have to have fun. That's what I tell everybody. You have to have fun.
If you really like it and you're happy, that's one major award. And if the public, the general public who you're not related to, if you don't even know, like it, then that's another, kind of frosting on the cake.
This really is a labor of love.
PBS Hawaii is pleased to offer you a special mahalo gift for supporting Hawaii's public television station. For a generous contribution of $75 or more, you'll receive a limited edition t-shirt celebrating our 60th anniversary. The design features a throwback Hawaii Public Television logo that debuted in 1975. This limited edition shirt is available in sizes small through double extra large. Please call the number on your screen or go online to pbshawaii.org to get your 60th anniversary t-shirt. Mahalo for your continued support.
All of us who are lucky enough to call Hawaii home understand how special this place is. From the natural beauty to the food, businesses, and sharing of cultures. As island residents, we take pride in our communities.
Today on Pauhana Years, we're on the Valley Isle of Maui in Old Lahaina, the gateway to West Maui.
The fragrant and friendly community of Hilo recaptures the rich history of Hawaii's merry monarch, King David Kalaukaua.
Aloha mai kākou. I'm Leslie Wilcox of Long Story Short, and we're on location in Kalaupapa, Molokai.
Aloha, Richard.
Hello,
Anino. Fine, thank you.
Thank you for inviting us out here to
I'm glad you could.
Kapalua Valley. Such a beautiful place.
Yes, it sure is, yes.
If you ever get the chance to visit Honokaa, folks say it's a great place to take some time and learn the history of this plantation town. And if you sit down and you talk with the locals, you'll find that they love to reminisce and share their stories.
PBS was wonderful because you met people from all walks of life that you never would have. You went to places that people took you to that they probably would never have, taken you to otherwise. And so I got to know these islands really well.
Minoli village goes back to prehistoric times. It's an ancient village. Not too much evidence is left of what was here a long time ago, except there were a lot of people that lived here, I understand. And a lot of their descendants still live here today.
I call us, the people on the Waianae Coast, the golden people.
I feel we're the best on the Waianae Coast, and we'll challenge anyone with that.
Living in Waimanalo really inspires one by all its beauty that surrounds you. You know, you have the mountain back of you that's just about all around you, and the ocean there in the front of you. I mean, everything like that is definitely will take away your breath, you know, and it's something that you really can't and don't appreciate until you leave and go elsewhere.
When I say the west side of Kauai, it's a very different kind of community, very close-knit. So whenever one of our west side temple do a barn dance festival, the other temples are right there to provide the volunteer help and support.
On the island of Maui, far from Waikiki, there's a place called Hana that is heavenly.
And when you go there, you've got to see the Hasegawa
General store, and this is Toshimasa Hasegawa. Toshi, how long has the store been established here?
Well, I think over 60 years.
60 years. And who started it?
My father started.
Your father. Now, you are retired now, huh?
Oh, I'm semi.
Who's running the store?
Oh, my son, Harry.
Well, I think of Hana as a very rural Hawaiian place, and I'd rather live in that type of setting, so I'd like to set my life in that terms. I think everybody who comes to Hana has that in mind when they come to Hana.
One of the landmarks at the beginnings of our Kalihi Palama area is the Palama Theater. Everybody knows it. It was a place where Hollywood had its beginnings in our islands, and especially in this particular community. Some people remember when the movies were 5 cents. Later on, it became known as Zamboanga Theater, and ethnic films were shown there. Now it's used to house, among other things, a one-chair barbershop and a florist. That's Kalihi.
I remember one time going over to the island of Molokai and working with Brother Noland. And it was such a rare and unique experience. Not only following his musical journey, but also what his lifestyle was. We saw him throwing net. We saw him at the luau, you know, with the emu and everything.
Molokai is a very powerful island, and I'm always honored that Molokai accepts me. Yeah, the aina itself and the ocean, and of course the people. I always humble myself when I come to Molokai. And the vibe that I feel and sense from Molokai is truly like what the Hawaiians knew about it, you know, Molokai Piko.
It's not just creating television, it's creating experiences and the people you get to meet doing that.
Here we are in the heart of Kaka'ako, Tukenjo's lunch wagon. Big meals for small money. Fabulous mixed plate, but today we're ordering the Laulau special, Laulau, Lomi, and Poi. How long have you been coming here?
Since I was small.
We have some Waipahu people that may have moved out and went to the mainland or moved to other parts of Oahu, and after, let's say, 25, 40 years, if they come to our account, you see that's same old places that they grew up as, young kids, yeah?
With the show PBS Hawaii Classics, which draws from the archive of our past shows, it really becomes a touch point to people's lives. And one example I had was a really close friend of mine. His whole life was growing up in Paoa Valley. He saw the Classics episode on Paoa Valley, and he texted me right away, and he said, Robert, I'm in tears. I'm seeing all my kupuna, all the people that raised me, who I haven't seen in years because they passed, and I'm reliving my childhood, and it reminds me of, why I am who I am.
But I would say that the plantation era, which lasted about 70 years on the island, is probably what a lot of people make the connection with Lanai for, because there was a large immigrant population that came for that. There's a lot of descendants that still exist today.
I was a lifelong resident, went to grammar school here, born and raised in Koloa. Many changes over the years. The town was an old plantation town. A town where you could drive through and wave at everybody and you knew everybody, and the people lived here and worked the stores. We don't have the same Hawaiian island town that we had years ago.
The community of Waikiki is now more transit than when we were living there. The families have scattered. You don't have a big family living in Waikiki like we did. Every block we had 2 or 3, we say local families. Everybody knew everybody else. We always knew if there was a newcomer.
PBS Hawaii is covering the whole state. That's very important, and it's coverage that really gives you context of not just your island, but other people and how other people live, say in Lahaina and in Honoka'a. So yeah, that's vital to really understand the islands.
To make a living on Molokai, it's pretty hard. Some of us have to get about 3 or 4 jobs in order to make ends meet. I, for instance, have 3 jobs. It just barely makes me get through. And I don't want to leave this island because I was born and raised here, and the people, the love for each other it's thicker than blood, and I love it.
Every time you come into Manoa, you get that same warm feeling, that same idea of being home. And I think it's always going to be that for people who love Manoa.
This is it. No place like Hilo. Yeah, Hilo is home. The place here is home for us. And you can go away for a few years, but you always come back to Hilo because this is where we're born, this is where we're raised. And our childhood was good, and we'd like for our children to be able to experience that kind of childhood too. And the land, the area, the people mean a lot to us here. And so there's a very deep connection. And yeah, I don't think I'd live anywhere else.
I think for every child in Hawaii, whether you're Hawaiian or non-Hawaiian, it's important for them to know their own place. We call it punana, where they're born. If you go, punana, you're born from this place, you should know everything from the place.
Iwaho mako hai ka ponei ai kei kanane o kai mana hila mako i ka ponei ai kanane o kai mana hila kai mana Waikiki Iwaho mako Iwaihihi Ai kei kanane
PBS Hawaii is pleased to offer you a special mahalo gift for supporting Hawaii's public television station. For a generous contribution of $75 or more, you'll receive a limited edition t-shirt celebrating our 60th anniversary. The design features a throwback Hawaii Public Television logo that debuted in 1975.
Melvin Kim Farinas was an artist extraordinaire, and everything that he developed was more than just an image. It had meaning. We had two transmitters, one KHET and one KMEB. So Melvin came up with two ali'i. And if you look at their feather helmets, they're the red that you often see with the ochre, that lovely gold yellow. And then the way Mel combined them, you had a petroglyphic person in the middle, and all of it within the shape of a television screen. And that logo was so powerful.
The design honors both innovation and Hawaii's cultural roots. This limited edition shirt is available in sizes small through double extra large. Please call the number on your screen or go online to pbshawaii.org to get your 60th anniversary t-shirt. Mahalo for your continued support.
We have an exciting show for you.
This was something totally new. No other PBS station had done this.
A major change is planned for our beloved building in Miloli'i. New PE teacher, new basketball team.
People thought this was going to fail. You're going to let kids do primetime programming.
Hiki No, Hawaii's new wave of storytellers.
So where did Hiki No come from?
Well, it's a long story if you have time.
Good morning, everyone. So glad to have you with us today. I'm Leslie Wilcox, the president and CEO of PBS Hawaii, and this is our TV studio.
The whole point was that the students and the teachers are leading us through this.
A media teacher in middle or high school isn't a type. They have come from all kinds of backgrounds. Some of them have never taught media before and were asked, are you willing to take this on?
So we got them together in a place and gave them some really good training, some inspirational sessions, and some practical sessions. They challenged us, and we challenged them back and said, okay, the first season is just a starting place. Where it goes from there, we really don't know.
We're here on the campus of our school, Maui Wana Intermediate.
Home base for this premiere episode of Hiki No.
the nation's first statewide student news network.
Hiki No means can do, and you'll see what students from our team of schools can do.
Now on with the show.
The County of Kauai has decided that the traditional Friday night football games be moved to Saturday afternoon. But why? It's because of this little guy, the Nuo shearwater, an endangered species found only on Kauai.
With 1 out of 2 skate parks closed on the east side of Hawaii and no skate park in Hilo, the youth have no other place to skate besides on the streets.
After the first season, we had a steering committee meeting, and we were talking to these teachers who advise us about how to change things or improve what we're doing. And we kept saying, we want to make Hiki No easier for you. And finally, one of the teachers said, you know, I'm not doing Hiki No because it's easy. It challenges my students. And I've learned that when my students are challenged, often they go beyond the expectations.
Buttons is a legendary Hawaiian surfer who continues to charge the North Shore and give back to the community.
I was blessed with a gift being a surfer, and I got to see the world.
Well, I don't like the word impaired. It means something's broken. And I'm not broken, I'm only deaf, and I was born that way. Don't call me hearing impaired, call me deaf.
Here we are 4 years later, and Hiki No is pretty much my curriculum. You know, the kids learn so much through these projects that it's become the standard of where we want our projects to be in class.
In the not too distant future, if someone entering the workforce is not able to communicate ideas through digital media, they're going to be functionally illiterate, because that really is the language that the world is operating on. So suddenly it went from what we thought was a student journalism project to a learning and workforce development project.
Like number 3 or number 2, which one do you? Okay.
I think that's why Hiki No has continued. If it was just about news, I don't know, you know? It may not have lasted this long, but it's a learning experience that can't be matched.
I took a journalism class in high school, and it really opened my eyes to how many stories are really out there. And with Hiki No, it opened my eyes even more because there's so many stories out there and everyone has one. You just have to dig deep and find one. It's within each and every one of us.
So my family and I are currently in a situation where we are considered homeless. We do not have a home.
So a story about early college was actually a gateway for me to share with my friends what had been going on at home. And I had shared that story, and I remember my classmates stopping the camera, turning to me and said, Victoria, why didn't you share this with us before? So I told them, I said, I didn't tell you because I didn't think it was that important. You know, I'm still Victoria. It just happens to be that one of the circumstances I had went through in my life put me and my family in that situation. Bringing my classmates to where I'd lived, I think also helps them see what that story is like, to physically be there and to help tell that story. Now I'm the producer for the 6 p.m. show, but it's only an hour-long newscast. I didn't think I'd be where I'm at today, and if it wasn't for Hiki No, I really wouldn't be here at all.
COVID hit, and you know, like a lot of projects during the beginning of the pandemic, we had to think, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to go on hiatus?
Aloha, I'm Mina Suzuki, a Hiki No journalist and senior at HP Baldwin High School on Maui.
And so we came up with a new genre for Hiki No called the student reflection. And basically what it was is, what are you experiencing in your family during the pandemic?
It is a time none of us will forget, a time when everything changed.
As a senior, I'm feeling a deep lack of closure, academically and socially.
We've had to make hard decisions and haven't had enough money for all the things we need.
While my dad worries about bringing the disease home, my mom worries about just being at home. I really am desperate to have a face-to-face conversation, but for now, screen to screen will have to do.
It forced us to change or create a new genre of storytelling in Hiki No, and I think prior to that, our goal was to do, objective news storytelling, which it still is, but now we also have an outlet of students able to express themselves.
Coming out isn't an easy process. It's full of ups and downs, lots of questioning yourself and debating whether or not it's safe to come out, depending on those around you.
My grandmother taught me to sing when I was 10 years old. She was raised in the Marshall Islands, where the culture is very important.
I started to go more often, surfing every weekend. I gained my confidence on my board and in the water.
That idea of being able to tell your truth in a very safe place to a community that is willing to hear it, I think is the magic of what Hiki No brings to us.
I think the value of Hiki No is yet to be realized because we've been doing it for 15 years. Now, not all students do Hiki No, but those who do come away with the experience of just understanding the importance of communicating your thoughts and your ideas to the rest of the world. And because they've had a chance to do that, I'm hoping the world is going to be a better place.
Aloha and welcome to Hiki No on PBS Hawaii.
For me, the whole hands-on learning aspect is so crucial. Getting to see how things work, getting to see how technology works, or being able to get creative and kind of like get your hands dirty in that way. I've learned so much about teamwork and cooperation and how to be creative.
It's our Kuleana Kobayashi says to keep Oahu and its waterways clean for everyone.
You're on TV and people you don't know are watching the video you made, not just like your parents or your friends. And it's so cool.
While the origins of this mo'olelo remains unclear, he has become an important figure in our community.
Shoots exposes more people to Hawaiian food and brings more representation for Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders.
What we do matters, you know. We are perpetuating the Hawaiian culture. And we're sharing this story to the state and potentially the world.
I wish to become someone who is able to motivate and inspire people through what I do.
The bridge was built in 1948.
It changed really the course of my life.
I think it's important that we don't forget that they're still struggling.
If my video helped at least just one other person feel like seen or more heard in their situation, I think it was worthwhile.
You know, is there something captivating in the first 3 to 5 seconds?
One of the very best things about Hiki No is that we have this community of storytellers, and we come together around this common goal of trying to teach our students and build critical thinking for the next generation.
Hiki No, like, constantly giving us opportunities and constantly putting these challenges and these competitions out there, it provides another aspect that you can't get from the classroom.
Hiki No showed me, like, look at all these things that are possible because, you know, you gave something a shot.
Headroom on camera 2. Headroom on camera 2.
Change can happen, and with these steps, you can start to help the community around you. This is Reese Lapis.
This is Denise Cabrera.
This is Cadence Christensen.
For Hiki No.
For Hiki No. For Hiki No on PBS Hawaii.
What you just saw is why Hiki No matters. Through this iconic educational initiative, thousands of island students have found their voice. Your support keeps those opportunities alive. Please call the number on your screen so we can continue this work for Hawaii's youth.
Boy, I'm telling you, if you and him swimming in the same spot under the water, I bet you become the fastest swimmer you ever know.
Pauhana years. French chef Julia Child and Chinese chef Titus Chan.
Aloha. Aloha. Well, I love Chinese food because we were in China during the war, and I'm here to learn. It's all part of the cabbage family. One of the most ancient plants on this earth, isn't it?
Take time to treat your palate to an astounding array of worldwide cuisine from the International Kitchen.
Good cooking is happiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
You must be a very good cook.
No, I just fool around in the kitchen.
Shave ice is so much a part of growing up in Hawaii. One of the memories of small kid times. A reward for having been good. That cool treat so welcome on hot days.
When you grow taro, the best test for
The quality of the taro that you're growing is to make poi. It's a very, I believe, a very human activity to cultivate food for your own consumption.
I first appeared on PBS Hawaii more than 50 years ago with members of Ohana Beamer. Throughout the decades, my family and I have appeared on Nā Mele, Long Story Short with Leslie Wilcox, Spectrum Hawaii, and others. I vividly remember my mother's excitement to be part of that Spectrum program, how deeply she cared about sharing her message of aloha, and how honored she felt to have that platform. I can still picture those moments, doing my best as part of her backup band, playing between the coconut trees and surrounded by that unmistakable sense of place and purpose.
I wanted to help them feel better about themselves. Because of this sadness that I had lived with, I couldn't face these Hawaiian kids and not try to make them feel that they were something special. So we would start with a chant and how to extend aloha and to fill you with good feelings. Didn't matter who you were, didn't matter where you came from, didn't matter where you went from here. What mattered was this moment of sharing aloha with each other, you know.
For 60 years, PBS Hawaii has shared the stories of the people who shape our islands, from cultural giants and political leaders to aunties, uncles, and community members.
You were quite close to Queen Liliuokalani, weren't you?
Well, yes. In 1908, that's when I became closer to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she used to be a guest at my aunt's house. I would sit on the floor at her foot and massage her feet. And Aunt Minerva used to kind of give a little hint. She says, "Queen, you might as well know that little Alice here can sing." "Oh, can she?" She says, "Oh, yes, she can." She said, "Oh, will you please sing for me?" And then I would sing. And she was so pleased the first time she heard me sing. And then that got into a habit. Every time she came there, I would sing. She would ask me, and her favorite songs was Waipio and Hi'ilame and Kamakani Ka'ili Aloha.
We've had several celebrities on our program and many interesting features, but nothing has brought more pleasure than to be able to welcome the king of the surfers, Duke Kahanamoku. Duke, is this your real name or is this an unofficial title?
It is my real name.
Real name. How did you come by the name of Duke?
Just happened that the Duke of Edinburgh first visited Hawaii, and he was the guest of Bernice Pauahi. And Bernice Pauahi is connected with my father, or my father was connected to the family of Bernice Pauahi. And that's how the name came that was over to me.
Oh, your father was named Duke then.
That's
also.
it.
Oh, I see. And then you are Duke Jr. Well, now you gained fame for your swimming prowess in the great Olympics of, what years were those?
1912.
1912?
That's right. That's the first Olympic Games that I competed in Stockholm, Sweden.
Mm-hmm. And then you went back again in 20?
In 20, and that's Belgium, Antwerp.
In Antwerp, Belgium. Uh-huh.
Right.
And 24 then?
24 in Paris.
In Paris.
That's right.
Gay Paris. and then again in 1932.
32.
Where was that?
Well, that's the Olympics in Los Angeles.
Oh, yes.
But I didn't compete swim. I played water polo, rather.
Oh, you played water polo?
I was one of the first string water polo players.
Oh, I see.
When I was a kid, I started surfing at 4, and I'd come down here, and there were like 5 surrogate fathers on the beach that kind of overlooked everyone. You know, they checked us all out, made sure we didn't drown, and we all learned how to surf, and we knew we weren't going to drown. And it's complete trust in knowing that the other person in your community is caring for you and there for you. And that's what Waianae is all about. It's that non-transitness. We're here, we're rooted, you know, we're all a part of this land, and that's Waianae.
Well, nature's the best teacher, you know. How better can you do than nature? So I just copied nature. My mother-in-law always saying, share what you know. We need to teach our own. We need to teach our people so that our children will have culture. I was invited to a party and they said, you have to wear an aloha shirt. And I didn't have aloha shirts. And I remember going to the store and I told Nalani, let's go, I have to get an aloha shirt. And we're kind of surprised we didn't see any Hawaiian plants. They were all...
No Hawaiian plants on aloha shirts. Isn't that amazing?
And they were all called Hawaiian shirts, aloha shirts and stuff. So I remember at that moment telling Nalani, you know, we have to make real Hawaiian plants on aloha shirts. Then they can be real Hawaiian shirts. And that started it. We started the line and basically that was it.
Kevelina mai ne hei ke kihini o lalo na hoa o kauka na hele o puna a ka HIKO NŌ kaua I kaukahi no ka nei ka papai.
Well, my first tour as entertaining to the mainland is way over to the East Coast. We went into the New York World's Fair. We didn't entertain there, we just visited. But our entertainment was done only in the West. But we went to New York and down to Mississippi and all of this area.
How did you react to the mainland?
Well,
nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there?
Yeah, just to visit, right, just to visit. But I don't think I'd like to really live there. There's no poi, you know.
No poi, that's right.
No poi at all.
I was in my office, it's bare room, no books, all by myself, no secretary, and the phone rings. I pick it up, hello, and the voice on the other end says, I can't pronounce your name, but are you the new congressman from Hawaii? I said, yes, sir. I'm the speaker.
Sam Rayburn?
Yeah. He said, if you got free time, come around. I'd like to chat with you. I'll be there, sir. Boom. I had no idea there was a tunnel or subway. I just got out, and this is in August, hot, hot, hot. I ran across the field, walked up the stairs. There it was. He took me on a tour of the house, told me where he sits, where I would very likely sit, took me to the barber shop and said, we don't pay these fellas enough, so tip them 25 cents. This is the bank, this is all over the place. Then we got back to his office. He's sitting down, majestic, bald-headed. I'm on the other end. And he says, in this city, the president is the best known person. I said, yes, sir. Next to the president is the Speaker of the House, that's me. Next to me is you. I said, sir? He said, well, after all, there are not too many one-armed Japs around here.
And you didn't get offended?
No, I didn't get offended. And I said, oh, thank you. So he said, make the most of it.
Native Hawaiians are not Americans. We were forcibly made part of the United States of America against our will. In 1893, our government was overthrown with the aid of U.S. Marines. In 1898, we were annexed, despite the fact that Native Hawaiians did not want to be a part of the United States. To this day, Hawaiians are classified by blood quantum. Now, the United States is very upset about blood quantum classifications in South Africa. But the fact is that we are the only group in Hawaii who are classified by blood quantum, such that those of us who are more than 50% Native Hawaiian blood are considered Native, and those that are less are considered non-Native. Now that, to me, by racial classification, makes that law, by its existence, a violation of our civil rights.
We made the promise that the canoe needs to be better than ever, that it can go around the world. We want to take all rot and all damage off the canoe. We had 1,200 volunteers that put in 32,000 volunteer man-hours. That would not happen if we didn't have that pool. We could never get Hokulea ready to go. But fundamentally, these are about 1,200 people that don't know each other, that come together around an idea and to get Hokulea ready. And, enormous human effort. You don't lead that. You know what leads it? It's the idea.
I think what's really important about the continuing attraction of PBS Hawaii is that we have so many stories to be shared, and we're never going to run out of them, because every day there are new people with new lives and new stories, new contributions to make, innovations which will uplift everyone.
Mahalo to all of you at home for joining us in celebrating 60 years of storytelling on PBS Hawaii. I am sincerely grateful for my long-standing relationship with our only locally owned statewide television station. I carry the memories of my many collaborations with great appreciation. What stands out just as much is the professionalism and care the team has brought to the work. As someone who cares deeply about preserving and sharing our culture and stories, I appreciate PBS Hawaii for creating a space to do just that. Please consider donating to PBS Hawaii by calling the number on the screen or by visiting pbshawaii.org and clicking on the Donate Now button. We thank you all for your continued support. Here's to another 60 years of storytelling from PBS Hawaii.
PBS Hawaii is pleased to offer you a special mahalo gift for supporting Hawaii's public television station. For a generous contribution of $75 or more, you'll receive a limited edition t-shirt celebrating our 60th anniversary. The design features a throwback Hawaii Public Television logo that debuted in 1975. Please call the number on your screen or go online to pbshawaii.org to get your 60th anniversary t-shirt.